All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
With a give to Howard. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Robert Kimdichie in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Trubisky. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Jacobs. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
come out throwing here to start the drive. And his first pass is incomplete. Trying to get it to Landry there. That'll bring up second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Aaron Lynch in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And he's going to go down again. Jurrell Casey. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Atlanta now coming out on the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. This is Howard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. Here's Trubisky to throw, and that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Jurrell Casey in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long.
Gone! Here we go now. Green.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fielded just inside the 20. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. It's the Lions that have grabbed the early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. He leaves this one for Howard. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 32 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
18.
On 1st down, Trubisky. And that's incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. And this one caught by Cameron Brain. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. On 3rd down, this is Howard. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And the first play will be a field goal try. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Detroit! 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 Hot! Hot!
Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And this one's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now let's go.
On second down, Freeman. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
All right, here we go.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Open man, the tight end Rodgers. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Hey. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Leopard. Check 53, Mike. Watch it now, Barney.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Credit the tackle there to Aaron Lynch.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll drop to throw. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in the diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
He's going to get it running right. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
Now back to throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They struggle to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Now Trubisky on first down. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head up.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Aaron Lynch, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Back to throw. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. To play in a tightly contested first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Hurry up, here we go.
A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And his kick here is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flushed out right. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. On the crossing route, complete. It's Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Let's go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They go play action here on first down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 18 yards on each of the last two plays, and they're picking up big chunks now. Trubisky now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Trubisky to throw again. Now Trubisky lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Hurry!
Now Trubisky to throw on second. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Falcons on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this is complete on the comebacker. It's Landry. A good pickup there at 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
3-19! 3-19!
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
They run. Devontae Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Gone! Detroit! Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Let's go, defense. Our time. Watch it now, Barney!
Now it's Freeman. And spins away. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This will be fielded at the 8. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back. That penalty will move them back.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 30 yards there.
If post pattern is often equated as a change-up route, how about when you throw it to your big guy down the center of the field? Covered or not, you have great confidence he's going to come down with the football. And when he does, as we just saw, long gains often result.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Hut.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Panthers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Hut.
They'll look to throw. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Hut.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Back to throw now on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll look to throw here. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early. You are so correct, and what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began. And this defense not giving him anything there, maybe a yard up to the 36. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well. Trubisky, draw play, gives to Howard. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating. Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks. Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. Here's Trubisky to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by David Amerson. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit! Detroit!
They're going to look to throw to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the 1st. When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play. Now the pitch to Freeman. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think? And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Now let's go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one. No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play? Coming left, it's Freeman. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kyle Van Noy in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th.
Let's go, let's go. Let's go. Stop.
Again, it's Howard. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it 2nd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ballgame now, and he's got a 1st down. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. He gets it to Thomas. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
You see it?
Again, it's Trubisky. They'll set up the screen to Howard. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, Had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Falcons on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. He can run for it, and he will. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Come on, gotta go, gotta go.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Howard all alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
You see it? You see it?
On 3rd and goal, Howard. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Brandon, it's easy to make decisions from right up here where we are, right in the cheap seats, but let's be frank about this one. This isn't even a decision as far as I'm concerned. They have to go for it here. Field goal does you almost no good as time's running out in the game. If you want to win, you have to be aggressive here.
On 4th down, it's Howard, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Jordan Howard, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons are an extra point away from having the lead. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large. But here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school where I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half. EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. This is taken at his 4. And they will be backed up deep as they'll have to start the drive from the 6-yard line.
Hurry, hurry!
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Hurry, hurry!
A give to Howard. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They run with Howard. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And what is going on here? I've got 3rd down. Screen shows 3rd down, but they've got the punt team out there. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Baby, come on, let's go. Out, out, out. Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
A first carry for the tailback, Devontae Freeman. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Lucky 56.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, They're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going
check.
forward.
Patriot! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Jurrell Casey able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on
Here we
third.
go. Green 39. Green 39. Gone. Watch him now, Barney. Detroit. That's a run. They're running it.
Back to throw. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Take it at the 37. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. It's the Lions that have grabbed the early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on 1st down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Deep in their own territory, they look to throw, and it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee, and it's second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing, and on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
This is Freeman. And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That's taken it around the 40. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Trubisky. And this will be incomplete.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing here, Trubisky. He leaves this one for Howard. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 5. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff. but still a lot of guys to account for.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Carolina getting set to take the field.
And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a 2nd drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! No, check! Patriot!
Freeman. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Kyle Van Noy with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First grab for Thomas. It's good for a 1st down as well. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Oh, breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 6 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw Trubisky on 1st down. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. Flush to his right. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The tight end Cameron Brate was the target. And it's 3rd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Falcons are in for 6. And he moved left there, Charles. Little danger play. He didn't throw toward that left side, went over the middle. Got the 6, though.
Yeah, he seems like the type of guy that when you told him as a kid, don't touch the stove because it might be hot, he touched it anyway. And this one, he got away without getting burned.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And the Panthers coming out now.
The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
They go play action here on 1st down. Pressure brought in. Falcons get there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he fires one incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change
Here
things.
we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Detroit.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Gotta go, gotta go.
Now Howard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. The Falcons on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Complete. He finds Braid. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Trubisky now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
You see it, you see it?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On second down, Trubisky. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The Falcons on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And break, the tight end's got it. Touchdown, Falcons. Cameron Brate, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards. They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Lyon. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. Trubisky with a give to Howard. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a pickup of 7, and it is also the final play of the first half. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.